TMZ got a hold of some of the police recordings over the police radio. You want to hear this? This is after the cops had run over people.
And so we have a group of people blocking traffic on Albany and Dean Street. They're refusing to let the orange go eastbound on Dean Street and Albany. So we're stuck here. Run them over. Shoot the motherfucker up. Don't put that over yet.
One cop says over the police radio that the protesters blocked the street, so we're stuck here. And the other cop says, run them over. Because they just did. And the other cop says, shoot those motherfuckers. And the other cop says, hey, don't say that over the air, because that'll get us, you know how I know we talk like that normally, but don't do it over the air because people are listening. Because citizens have police scanners and they can hear what you really think, dummy. Hey, you fucking depraved animal. People are going to know we're depraved animals now. Don't put that out over the air. Don't put that out over the air. We're depraved animals. You know that, right? We see the citizens we're supposed to be serving as the enemy because that's how we're trained. And half of us are hopped up on steroids. We got roid rage. The other half of us are just depraved white supremacists and wife beaters. You know who has the highest incidence of domestic abuse? Let me guess. Is it cops? Yes. Bunch of wife beating, steroid abusing, roid raging white supremacists. Hey, this is the part where I tell you where our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then I would tell you to go join our premium, but nobody has a fucking job. So why don't you just enjoy the video?
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. So, Jimmy Dore's, right? A white man says that the police are abusive, violent thugs who are hopped up on steroids, out here on patrol, roid raging, depraved white supremacists, and wife beaters. So you can't say that this was said by a black man with some type of anti-police agenda or some fucking woe is me victimology. He also said that cops have the highest percentage of domestic abuse. Let's not get into suicide yet either. But let's see how accurate Jimmy is. Do cops, on average, beat their wives more than society on a whole? Okay, I have right here from the Free Thought Project's website. It says 1/4 of women, 25%, suffer domestic violence. But if that woman is married to a cop, 1 in 2 of all cops beat their wives. Disgusting. If half of all truck drivers beat their wives, they wouldn't have truck driver's licenses. Their CDLs would have been revoked. You know, they even have books on the subject. There's a book out called Police Wife, 1 in 2, The Secret Epidemic of Police Domestic Violence. But this is who's policing us, right? Yeah. If you ask me, man, most of these cops, they failed ex-jocks, they didn't make it to the majors, or they former military. And almost all of them have that propensity for violence, domestic and public. And there's also another book titled Domestic Violence in Law Enforcement by Peter Cohn. Right. And they even have an organization called BWM. That's right, BWM. Blue Wives Matter. That's the police, or that's the ambulance right now rushing to some cop's house that probably beat his wife now. So it says, yeah, blue wives matter, meaning the wives of cops. See, cops, yeah, I think I got an article on it. I'm gonna break something down. Yeah, but these cops in these police departments have a way worse domestic abuse problem than the NFL does. So here's a graph. What most cops get banned for or fired. In 44 states, USA Today obtained records of more than 30,000 law enforcement officers who lost their certification. That's their peace officer certification. In about 1/3 of the cases, states would not provide specific reasons. Here's the breakdown of reasons in the documented cases. And I'm here to tell you that 1/3, I'm quite sure, is domestic violence perpetrated against their partner, who the cops and investigators talked out of pressing charges. So, number one reason cops get banned or fired: drugs and alcohol. Almost 5,000 out of 30,000. Assaults and violence, 3,200. Other, 3,000. Well, that doesn't help. Dishonesty, almost 3,000. So I guess that's lying. Theft, they get caught stealing shit. Misconduct with prisoners. So that's almost like it must be what George Floyd's situation is. You know, you can add fucking about 4, 5, 6 more cops to that list. Sexual misconduct, 2,000. So, you know, they're having sex with women that are calling them for help and using their badge, the power. And official misconduct, about 400. 30,000 cops losing their certification. That's a whole lot. But we supposed to trust these dudes. So these dudes abuse drugs and alcohol, assault, are dishonest, thieves with sexual and official misconduct, but we are supposed to trust these people policing us. The fuck out of here. And then if the cop you run into is not homicidal, he's suicidal. There was a record number of U.S. police officers that died by suicide in 2019. So much for an anti-police culture. It seems like the anti-police culture is coming from the police itself. So it says at least 228 police officers died by suicide in 2019. Blue Help says that's more than were killed in the line of duty. So more cops are killing themselves than being killed by your average regular citizen. There's about 300 million citizens in this country. So all this kneeling that these cops are doing, this shit is propaganda, man. They don't have any plans on changing the culture. You know, they're just mad that people have come together, black, white, and otherwise, to protest the heavy-handedness of these police departments. But until you demilitarize these cops, the abuse will continue to happen. Like I said, cops, you know what I mean? I opt out of that public contract with the state. You can leave me alone. Bunker. There have already been police that have been suspended after the George Foster case for placing their knee on the neck of a perpetrator. or supposed perpetrator. This shit ain't gonna stop. Bunker TV.